Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosa and today we will be doing some Halloween DIYs that were featured in my Halloween Decorate with me. So if you're curious to see what I'm going to make, stay tuned. So let's get started, and first we will be making some scrolls. This is to accompany some potions, you know, that witchy vibe. I actually had this Apothecary vibe going on in my kitchen, and so what I'm doing is starting off by grabbing some printer paper and splitting it in half, and I will be scribbling on these sheets. This is optional because you can't really see it, but if you do look at it from an angle, you can see inside. This is really up to you. If you have the time to do it, then do it. If you don't, then leave it out. Next, I will be grabbing just a casserole dish and I will be putting in some tea bags. Actually, it kind of broke my heart to waste tea bags that easily, so I decided to make myself a tea and then use that tea that I used for my own tea to put in to the casserole dish as well to make it a little darker. This is just to make your scrolls look a little bit older, get that white out and make it a little yellow off-white paper. If you want it darker, then I recommend using coffee, but I was just trying to get a light color in there, trying to just get rid of all that white. So after the tea bath is ready, I take out the tea bags and I start putting in my sheets of paper. I let it sit in there for a couple of minutes, switching sides, and then after that I take it out and I will eventually hang it outside to dry. So after the paper has dried, I left it to dry overnight, and the next day I start trying to burn the sides to give it a very antique look. I started off with the lighter, but later on you'll see me use a candle because it's easier. And what I'm trying to achieve is just get that burned look on the edges and even distort the paper a little, letting it catch on fire so it doesn't have such a clean edge look. And here I'm trying to show you, but you can't really see anything. The edges are burned. It does give it more of an old look. And right after that, here you saw Princess drop up on the table. She has to be involved in everything. Yeah, she's about to cover the camera on what I'm doing. So I'll just explain it to you after she covers the camera, and I can actually explain if she'll let me. Yes, you see that? At least you get a little dose of cuteness. Anyways, what I was trying to tell you was I rolled up the paper and then I just grabbed a bit of jute twine, cut it enough so that I can wrap it twice and then tie it. I didn't tie it 2 times, and I just left it like that. And I think it looks cute, and I do the same process for all of the sheets of paper, and then you have a very creative look, and something very interesting to decorate with. So this next one is really easy and really simple. I've seen this being done in so many people's homes this year, online of course, on YouTube. And I tried to make it myself. Usually people have black trees that they already buy, but I didn't want to buy anything. I wanted to use what I had at home. So what I'm doing is I'm making some bats out of construction paper. You can buy these bats already made at your stores, but like I said, I want to use what I have at home. So I sketched them out and I cut them out to make my little bats. And since I didn't want to spend any money on these crafts, I went to my backyard. I found a dead tree that was sitting there on the lawn, and I yanked off the twigs. You can just find twigs on the ground at a park. Just go grab them. It will cost you less money. Grab a spray paint in the black color and spray your twigs. It'll give it a much spookier vibe. You don't have to do this part, you don't have to paint your twigs, but I think it gives it that Halloween look. And I see so many people buying those black trees from Balsam Hill or from any other company, and you don't have to. You can make your own black twigs, and then you just glue on the bats, and there you have it. Next, we will be making the witchcraft bottles and potions, the ingredients to make all those potions. So what you need is a couple of jars and also these labels. I got these labels offline for free. It was a free PDF to download, but I made my own, and I will be linking that in the video so you can download them for free if you want to. I actually didn't use my own on this video because my printer stopped working after I printed these, like my inks. They're not being recognized on the printer. My printer is by Epson, and I've researched it so much, but I think it's an Epson problem. Like, they're very iffy with off-brand inks. So yeah, I have to buy new ink for my printer. Anyways, what I'm doing here is gluing on the labels with some liquid glue, just brushing it on the back side of the label and putting it on the bottles. So for the potions, I will be doing each potion by itself and explain what I did. This one here is unfiltered poison. It had some kind of toes, and I just like, how am I going to replicate the toes? Well, you don't have to make it look completely realistic. So what I did is I grabbed 2 cork and I started cutting them up, and that is supposed to represent the toes. Yeah, I know it's weird, but you know, toes after being detached from a body should be deformed, right? It really doesn't matter. You don't have to make it 100% realistic. And after cutting up that cork, I put it inside the bottle. And I wanted this potion to look like poison. And when I think of potion, I think of green. I'm not sure why. Probably because of cartoons when I was little. So I'm going to be adding some glitter because it is Halloween. And I add gold glitter, silver glitter, and make sure you have something under your bottle to catch the glitter that doesn't fall inside because, you know, glitter gets messy. So I add that in the bottle first. And next I will be making up a little concoction. I'm using some water, some green paint, some brown paint. This brown was actually like a reddish brown, but that's okay. I just wanted to give it just a little touch of brown. And then I mix it up, add it inside of the bottle. Next, after adding this green potion or this green mixture, here comes Princesa. She always has to help out. After adding this green mixture in, I add in a clear water, just normal water. And then I will make another mixture of green paint. But before that, I do add in the rest of that cork, and then I will try and mix it to get the sparkles all over. After mixing it, I do end up deciding to try and imitate that drool, dragon's drool. I think that's what it was on the label. And so I just grabbed this like yellowy green paint and I try and drip it on the sides, the inside, but on the sides of the bottle. And here I'm just adding in another mixture of green, the one that I talked to you guys before about. And there you go. I try and imitate the drool. Later on, I actually kind of regret doing that. If you're going to do that, let it dry before you add in the water, because it just gets all how do you say it, smudged. So it takes away the effect that I was looking for, but that's okay. It still kind of looks like drool, I guess. Next, we're moving on to the witch's potion. I wanted this one to look a little bit more gray purpley, so I am using some purple, a little bit of red, and a little bit of black. And this is my first mixture. I add in some sparkles in the water this time and not in the bottle. And I mix that all together, put it inside the bottle, and I end up making another mixture that is a little bit more red in color. And obviously I added more water, just clear water, just to get it up to the desired height. And there's not much more to this potion because it is just a witch's brew potion. I didn't add anything solid into this potion, and I think the sparkles itself just make it look very magical. Next, we're moving on to the Hermlock's roots. I think that's what it is. You could actually go and get some plant roots and put it in there, but I just used some fake stems and this raffia and try to make it look like roots. I take it out a couple of times, try and tangle everything together, and that was enough for me. But if you want to give it a realistic look, then go and find yourself some roots, some plant roots. You can find it, you can just dig up a plant and take its roots, I guess. Anyways, next we're moving on to the spider hair. And this one kind of challenged me a little bit because I was like, what is going to make this look like spider hair? And I had these, what do you call them? Pipe cleaners. And I trimmed up a few of them, but it wasn't giving me the look that I wanted. So I did grab a spool of thread, black thread, and I just unspooled it, all of the black thread that I have. Now I have to buy new black thread. And I cut it all up to give it that hairy look. And then I found some more, and I did that until I didn't fill up the jar completely because that was gonna take so much. And this is a small jar, and still it took forever to fill up. Add in some sparkles to make it look magical, and let's move on to the next one. Next we will be making bat's wool. This is pretty easy. Grab a bunch of wool and just go at it. Rip it apart. I am actually using Princess's hairbrush. This is a cat's hairbrush. It has very fine teeth, and I'm just ripping it apart. I would use black wool if I had it, but I didn't have any. And for the jars that you don't have lids on, you can just use some parchment paper or some wax paper. Tie it around with I use twine. You can use any type of string that you would like, and it gives it a nice, interesting look to it. Just use what you have at home. You don't have to go out and buy things. Anyways, this video is coming to a wrap. I hope you enjoyed these DIYs. Comment down below your thoughts. Don't forget to check out that free PDF that I have for you. If you would like to, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future content. And I really hope to see you guys next time. Bye!